Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. On today's video we are going to be taking a look at our interstate battery that we have since 11 of 14. That means this battery is 5 years old, and you know what, I have not touched this battery since I bought it. But on today's video guys, we are going to be taking off these covers from the battery, checking the fluid level. If it is low, we are going to be using some water to fill it back up with some simple tools, and then also we are going to be installing a battery tender. We're going to hardwire it right here, and then also for the other vehicles, when necessary, I do need to make a connection here where this will work for the other vehicles. So guys, if you are interested in any of what I just said, stay tuned. Alright guys, believe it or not, there is water in every battery. This water makes the battery work efficiently and create the voltage and the charge that it needs to create. Now, this is not a scientific video or anything like that, but this is something you might want to consider doing sometimes if you have an older battery and winter is approaching. So as you can see, the housing of this battery is black. Some batteries actually are white, and those are nice because you can actually see the battery fluid level. And there's on some batteries there's a minimum mark and a max mark. On this battery, since it's all black, you cannot see the inside. But one way to peek inside is to remove these tabs. Some batteries have tabs like this that you can remove and actually check the fluid in the battery. If your battery does not have these kind of tabs where you can remove, it is a maintenance-free battery, so just don't worry about it. This video is not for you. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm actually going to disconnect the negative ground and the positive terminal. We're going to remove that. Hopefully we don't have to remove this bracket in order to pop these out and check inside the battery. Alright, so the tools you will need for this is a 10mm wrench to remove the battery terminals, a flathead screwdriver to pop out those tabs, and the fluid you want to use to top this off is distilled water. Don't use regular tap water, guys. And the reason we want to use distilled water is distilled water already has all the metals removed from it. It is just pure liquid. Regular tap water has a lot of metals that are in there. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with parts per million. They do sell parts per million testers for your water. So this water should have a 0 parts per million, meaning there's no content of metal in the water, whereas tap water can have a normal range of 120 to 250 parts per million. So the same reason you want clear fluid that's 0 ppm that is distilled and pure in the battery is the same reason you want that fluid in your radiator and in your cooling system, because it's not going to rust over time. Those metals don't rust and they won't damage your engine. So if you didn't know that, that's a fact. So let's put on some gloves, let's pop these tabs and check out the level. When you're doing this, you want to make sure your battery's semi-clean. I already washed the outside of the battery so no excessive contamination goes inside the battery. Alright, luckily I was able to remove them. And now let's go ahead and see what's going on here. I'm gonna bring in my handy dandy iPhone for these videos just because the GoPro sucks in macro mode. So we'll be back. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we are looking at. Some of these look different than the others. You see this one has a bunch of black in there. I don't know if that's already corrosion starting to happen, if the battery's getting damaged. Either way, I'm not on a perfectly flat surface, so this doesn't look as good as it should, but all the cells on the inside are covered with fluid. Those metal pieces there, they're all covered. So I think the battery level should be for the most part good. I am just going to add a little bit more. Alright guys, so we do have a syringe here. I already took some of the distilled water from the big container, and this way we can efficiently slowly pour it in here. Alright, that is covered a little bit more, and heck, I might just do about 10 cc per cylinder here, boys. Now you don't want to put too much. You don't want it to touch the bottom of the plastic piece that you can see right over there. You don't want it to be touching the plastic anymore. You want it to be below. Alright guys, and we are all done. So the next step right now is to just reinstall these covers right here, and we will install the charge cables right now. Alright guys, I got my battery tender plugged in. Now the easy part, all I have to grab is these terminal ends that I already have connected to the positive and negative battery terminal, and it's as simple as connecting everything right over here during the winter time, just like that, nice and tight. And right now it just started charging, so this is going to be a nice feature for the winter time. Last year guys, we had negative 50-degree wind chill weather, and I'm telling you, it was pretty bad out there. So I'm just doing all the preventative things that I have to do for this car to get me from point A to point B to point C during this winter season. And because since I bought this battery tender secondhand, it didn't come with these clips, so I got some wires randomly. I found this section, except the problem is we don't want ending clamps like this. We need something like this again to connect it to another vehicle. So essentially very simple. I'm not even going to show this on camera. We're just gonna splice these two off, connect them back here, solder them together, and then we have a working spare set for another vehicle that we need to charge temporarily. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you found some useful information from this video. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.
I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you. Come along and see it's true.